Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And we are in curfew.
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 That's the name of the neighborhood or the city?
No, toque de queda.
Oh, I don't know. That's a new word for me.
Yeah, for me it was two.
CAR.
CARFEW.
Uh-huh.
CARFEW, I think so.
Curfew. Wow. You always learn new things, right?
Yeah, because I was watching news.
Yeah. Oh, yes. The news. They use so many low frequency words, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But anyway, before we go to that, so you're not working today?
I'm working, but it's okay.
Okay. Okay. So be careful. Be careful out there.
Yeah, but I'm working at home anyways. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So
On Friday, my mom was working on the office, and the security say, "Let's go out. Let's go out. The crazy people is coming, and they are breaking the glasses and everything. It's crazy. Yeah."
yeah.
And they have to run away fastly. Yeah.
Wow. That's wow. I mean, wow.
Yeah, and I was watching news, and it's the first time in the history
Uh-huh.
that the White House
Uh-huh.
turn on the lights
Turn
because
off the
man,
lights.
because turn off the
Off.
light off
Really?
because the people is outside. Um, People want to get in the White House to destroy all. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's crazier than the strike we had here in Ecuador. Like if you
Yeah,
compare the strike we had in Ecuador, like the indigenous people, and the one that one you're having right now in the United States,
I think same thing, same thing. I think Ecuador is uh, for stealing people or for robbers is more here. I can't believe that. It's like you can let your bicycle outside and is nothing happen, nobody steal. But now people is crazy. Is stealing a lot. They go in car. They steal a lot of clothes, shoes. They put in the car, and they go away. I
what?
don't know.
What?
Yeah,
And the police. What does the police do?
police is busy with another group and another group. Yeah,
Wow, that's I don't know. I'm imagining something like the Joker, like movie The
yeah,
Joker.
it's something like that. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, wow. That I mean, so many things. You know, the coronavirus. Now there's no money, and now there's an opportunity for some people to go out there and steal. So I guess they're taking advantage of that opportunity now.
Yeah, but it's crazy. I don't know why they roll clothes. For me, it's like something clothes, shoes
Yeah.
doesn't make sense for me. But okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's a hell of a news I got. So interesting, interesting to know about it. Well, let's get into class because if we start speaking about this, we're gonna go like all day speaking about this. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So tell me, what did we see last class? Remind me the lesson.
um, we studied the structure of how to say in a good way or in a polite way one answer correct, and this consists in introduction, one or two examples
Uh-huh.
and conclusion. So I think we studied that. Yeah.
We did that. We did a lot of questions. We did a lot of speaking, and we
Yes.
tried
And
to defend
we did in two ways, speaking and writing.
and writing.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Just a little mistake before I forget it. Remember to use the adjective before I know you know the correct answer. You said the answer correct. Okay,
Okay.
so the correct answer. Okay, yes, we did see that. And special, well, basically it's for the TOEFL test, so it's a structure they will see you saying an introduction to reason and conclusions, and it's also easier. It's easier to transmit a point of view if you have the outline in your head.
Yeah. Oh, we learn to be fast, thinking fast.
Yeah, thinking fast. Like you have to be like hustling in your thinking. Yeah. So let's make one practice, okay? Let's just want to make one practice before we go to the topic of today, okay? Just
Okay.
give me a number from 1 to 12. I have 12 questions here. Just give me a number. I'm gonna make that question.
8.
8. Okay, so let's go to question number 8. Let me just open real fast my little timer. Where's my timer? I'm gonna open it here. Okay. So 1 minute timer. Remember, 15 seconds to think about the answer. 45 seconds to speak with. Just reset. Ready. Here goes the question. Take notes, paper, pen, and question number 8 is the next one. Oh, this one is easy. But anyway, here we go. Describe the person who has had the greatest influence on your life. Explain why they were so influential. Give details and examples to support your response. You have 15 seconds to think about your answer and 45 seconds to answer your question. Beep. 2, 1.
In my opinion, one person that influenced my life, I think, is Andres Holguin. I have two reasons to say that. One is perseverance, and another is that the age. For example, he was skating a lot of time and keep trying and trying. He has 40 years old and he keep skating. In conclusion, the old and being perseverance can you help you in skating in your life.
Okay, great. You got there right in time. So that was awesome. The order, you just mix it up a little bit, but you said everything that you had to say. So that was way better than the last class. So I see an improvement there. Congratulations for that. Just a little mistake. And I was talking about this in my TikTok. It's funny. Like it's very typical for us, for Latin speakers, to say he has 40 years. Yeah, it's he is 40 years old.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Don't forget that. Remember.
I don't know why I forget, but I know it. Like, damn.
Yeah, probably you can start thinking in like when you think in Spanish or you say it in Spanish, it's like soy 20 años viejo. Okay, I am 20 years old. That's
Yeah.
the literal
Yeah,
thing.
always I remember like that, but I don't know what I say. It's like I don't know. Well, it's okay.
Yeah, I know. It happens to me a lot too, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just, you know, because when
Yeah,
you're thinking in two languages or you know the two languages, you just mix it up from time to time. But it's a good thing.
yeah. But it was not too bad.
It was not too bad. No, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I did it in 45.
Yeah, right in time. Congratulations. Were you nervous?
No.
No. Okay, great. So from time to time, we're just going to throw out a question anytime, and you have to answer that, okay?
Okay.
So, the topic of today, we are going to, uh, we're going to see a video, okay? It's a TED talk, it's not too long. It's in the part that says word families and the academic word list.
Did you see the video already?
Uh, I have seen the video, yes, a
Okay,
couple of
I
times.
already saw this like 3 times. Yeah.
This one,
Yes, exactly.
yeah, it's different than this one, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So basically, her name is Lydia Machova, and she's she has one of the most interesting speeches I have ever heard in learning languages. Since you saw the video a couple times, can you give me a feedback of what you understood?
Okay. She is a polyglot. That's correct.
Polyglot, yeah.
Yeah. And 1 second, I have like notes, but not all, but important things. And she said that the most important thing to learn one um, new language is enjoy. Enjoy when you are learning. Um, you can find some ways to study a new language, like watching movies, learning in YouTube, um, talking with another people from another countries, practicing with friends that are learning the same language. Um, and she has some steps that she for her is no for her are important those steps. One is enjoyment, another methods, system, and patient.
Patience, yeah.
Enjoyment is for you have always enjoy the you have to try to enjoy always with topics that are from your interest. Methods like you can for example I can watch um, Nine Club. Have you ever heard Nine Club? Are from skateboarding uh, interviews. Have
Come.
you ever heard?
No, I've never heard about it.
No? You have to watch. It's a podcast. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
for about the skateboarding.
Well, what did you say the
It's
name of the
called
podcast?
Nine Club. You can learn Nine Club.
The Nine Club.
Nine. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know the Nine Club. I have heard of
Okay. Was I say what? For
it.
example, for mine. Okay.
Yeah.
System. You can make like a schedule. Like you can say, I'm gonna practice 30 minutes each day or 3 days in a week, something like that. You have to be like, uh, you have to have one schedule in your for learning uh, whatever language. And patient because for sure that in 1 month, 2 months, you are not gonna learn. But if you keep trying and trying, you are gonna learn in the future. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you got it perfectly. So I see you heard the video. I mean, I like that very, very much. Can you give me a conclusion, a personal conclusion? Do you agree
In
with her?
conclusion, I think that it's important to enjoy. Like, it's gonna be easy for one person if you enjoy uh, with topics that are about your interest, and you are gonna learn fast and comfortable one new language. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Before I forget, just these little things, okay? You said another people. It's other people, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
I
Okay.
know you know. I know you know. Just
I don't know why. I don't know, but it's okay. I have to learn that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, good. The other one is in pronunciation, interest. Okay,
Interest.
interest,
Interest.
interest,
Interest. Okay. Interest.
and comfortable.
Comfortable.
Comfortable, yeah, very good.
Comfortable. Okay.
And the
It's no
nice
sound.
one.
You don't make the sound the R. No R.
Yeah, there, it's not comfortable, it's comfortable.
Comfortable. Okay.
Comfortable, yeah. So
Comfortable.
yeah, I mean, that's like just a small amount of words for the huge amount of words you just spoke. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Great. Oh, you're welcome.
My brothers always you don't have to say like uh, comfortable. You have to say comfortable. Always they are like teaching me, but I
That's good.
keep.
And it's good you can practice with your brothers. It's
Yeah.
funny because well, going back to the video, usually you get the questions like how long does it take for someone to be fluent in a language? After you sort of
Oh, 2 years. I saw it. 2 years. You can learn one language in 2 years. Yeah. She 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 she. I hear something like she has a friend from Brazil. I think so. I don't remember the name. And their friends told him, "You are not going to learn. You are not going," because he was really bad learning English. After 2 years, he tried and tried speaking, learning English, and he learned it. Before 10 years, now he know very well 11 new languages.
wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. 11 languages in a head is wow.
Yeah.
Talking about languages, in how many languages can you say hello?
Hello. Uh, I can say them. Japanese, I think. Año, haseo.
안녕하세요. That's Korean.
Korean. Okay. Um, bonjour. How? What is?
Bonjour, French, French.
Okay. And Spanish, I think so. Yeah, in English.
Okay, great, great.
But I don't know, just a little because when I was studying English, I was with many people from from other countries,
Uh-huh.
and I have some friends from French, Japanese, Korean, but I don't know each language. I don't remember, but well,
Oh,
it's where I practice a little bit.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, just some friends from France. France. So great. Now that you have seen it and you have understood the video,
I don't know what is it.
yeah, if you open, we have a small forum.
What is Silis?
Huh?
Silis? Ah, see a list. Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah.
I know. I was working. I okay.
Yeah. So,
I have the list, the word list. Yeah,
oh,
I
the
already
word
print.
list. The word list you have there. Well, in English, basically, looking at it from the TOEFL side or in the academic side, we're gonna have three types of words. Okay, and these three types of words are the words that we're gonna see in the passage we are going to read today. But before that, I want you to make a small writing about your point of view based on what you heard in the video. So if you enter the forum, it says watch the video. You already watched the video, and
Yeah.
give your opinion about her point of view about learning languages. You are going to basically tell me the same thing you just told me right now.
Okay.
I don't want you to write the 150 words that we have here because I know you understand the details. What I want you to do is only write the outline. So in one sentence, what are you going to put in the introduction? In one sentence, what is your first reason for what you agree or disagree with her? I know you do agree. In one sentence, the second reason, and in one sentence, your conclusion. So I only want you to write the four basic sentences of your outline right here.
Okay.
Nothing else. Super fast.
Okay.
5 minutes. Just because we're going to wait for a while, I'm going to pause and I'm going to stop the share. Okay, so you can open it now.
Academic discussion.
No, the one under.
Okay. The secret of learning.
Yes.
Okay. Add new discussion topic. Okay. Subject.
Subject,
A
whatever
new
you want.
language.
Yeah, your name.
My name.
Yeah.
Okay. One second. Let me share. I think so. The you have to.
Okay, we're done.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Let me know when I have to start.
You can start now.
Okay.
5 minutes, super fast.
Okay. Mm, how do you spell language? I don't know what is it. Okay.
With an A.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. With A? Yeah. Hmm. Join. Okay.
Okay, great. So, let me see. In my opinion, to learn a new language, the best way, enjoy with. To learn a new language, comma, the best way is enjoying with topics from your interest. For example, in my case, I can watch videos of skateboarding and skateboarding podcasts with an S,
Or is a key or okay. Yeah.
or even and podcasts because we're talking about podcasts in general, so it's going to be an S.
Or even a
Even skateboarding, no, skateboarding podcasts.
with this. Okay.
Nicole is the best way to learn new languages. Looking for the best
Oh yeah, looking for.
the
Okay.
best topics that you can enjoy when you are learning. Yep, very good. Great job. Let me just prepare your reading. So you can post it to the forum.
Okay.
Okay, great. So I'm going to stop your share right there and I'm going to open mine.
One second, please. Okay.
Okay, great. So I'm going to send you a reading to your messenger. Are you ready? It's a
Yes.
PDF file. Just find your. Yeah, did you receive it or no?
I'm gonna because you are sharing the. I put okay.
Oh, I can
Oh,
stop.
no.
I can stop it just in case. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Thanks. Facebook.
Yes, Facebook, because I don't have any.
Okay. Okay. I have it.
Yeah, okay, so
It's
that's a
just
PDF.
one page, right?
Yes, one page. The topic, it's not saying, but it is word families and the academic word list. It's what we're
Okay.
going to talk about in this topic. So,
Okay.
since you have it there, we're going to read it. We're going to read it, and you are going to tell me what you understood after each paragraph. It's only two paragraphs, so please let's start.
Okay. I have to read aloud.
Yes, please.
Okay. According to the linguists, the number of words in the English language exceeds 1 million, whereas the quantity of word families lies roughly in the range of 90,000. A word family includes a base word and all of its inflected and derived forms. Inflectional endings do not change the base word. Oh, 1 second. I was closing Facebook because um, inflectional endings do not change the base word's part of a speech. For instance, develops, developing, and developed are inflected forms to the base verb develop. On the other hand, the derivational affixes can change this verb into a noun, adjective, or adverb. They can even alter the meaning to some degree. Consider these examples: development, developer, developable, developmental, developmentally, and underdeveloped.
Okay, very good. So before you give me the summary, let's see the pronunciation. The second line, the first word is whereas.
Where, one second, that word is new for me. Where is, where,
Whereas.
okay.
The second word, the first word, the second line.
What is the meaning?
Whereas, what do you think is the meaning? Look at the context.
Like, I don't know. I cannot.
But do you
A
understand the sentence without whereas?
the quantity of word families lies roughly in the range of 90,000. It's like, regardless.
Yeah, something like that. It's also like where, the connector where. It's a connector just to add more information to a sentence. Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas is more formal than where. The next one, in the same line, the pronunciation is roughly. Repeat roughly,
Roughly. Roughly.
like an egg.
Okay. Again. Okay. Roughly.
You know the meaning of roughly? I mean,
No.
what do you
I
think?
don't remember. No. Yeah.
What do you think the meaning is? If you take out roughly, the word family lies in the range of 90,000 or lies roughly in the range of 90,000.
Approximately.
Very good. Great job. Approximately and roughly. The other one, oh yes. When you have affixes, can change this verb into a pronunciation is noun.
Where?
Line number 3, 6. Line 6, words 7 or 8. Noun.
I can find. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A fix can change this verb into a noun, adjective, or they can alter. Where is?
Affixes can change this verb into a noun.
Oh, noun.
Noun. With an A, the pronunciation is like an A, okay?
Okay, noun.
Okay. So, well, also, actually, also it's a verb, yeah? So affixes can change into verbs, nouns, adjectives, adverbs, into many, many things, okay?
Yeah.
And in the next line, when we have development, developer, the third one is developable, able, okay?
Develop,
Developable, capable,
develop,
eatable, skatable, able, okay?
developable. Developable.
Able.
Okay. Developable. 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 Okay.
Yeah, so tell me, what did you understand?
Uh, what I understand is that English has a lot of words. It has like uh, 1 million, I think so, words. Because one word can be in some, can be like, it's like a one family words, like For example, there is, I don't remember the word. Let me see.
You can look for it.
Yeah, 1 second. My screen is, for example, the development can be developer. That is one person that oh okay, development, developer, the developable,
Uh-huh.
right?
Development.
Development, mental, developmentally, and underdeveloped. But the meaning is different, but can be like is the in the same way. Yeah, that is what I understand.
Yes, very good. So,
Some are like
huh?
nothing, nothing.
Good, good. So yes,
That change is the word start saying, but the ending change,
only
and that can the ending change, but it can be another meaning, but it's the same word. They start saying, yeah,
okay. Oh,
is
okay.
what
So
I
you got the
understand,
idea.
what I understood.
You got the idea. That was really good. Uh, so yes, there are around 1 million words in English. So that is a lot of words. Because and yes, you are right. We can divide in word families. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we have two different types of these word families. Which one are they?
Uh,
I'm going to tell you, but you're going to define them, okay? The
okay,
first, the first type are the inflectional endings, and the second type are the derivational affixes.
okay.
So, what is a word family that are in the inflectional ending? What is an inflectional ending?
Reflectional ending is like in that kind in this case is develops and developing is like the in that moment and progressive
Yeah,
is yeah,
yeah. So
okay,
the meaning doesn't change; it's the same meaning. Develop, develops,
yes,
developing,
yeah,
developed.
just is the ending that is progressive and another is in present, yeah.
Yeah, very good. And the other one, the derivational affixes. What is it? What's an affix?
uh, where is affix? I
I'm
don't know, I don't know. Is I think he something with figs, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm wrong.
let's read the sentence and try to understand what's affix, okay? On the other hand,
On the other hand, the derivational
uh-huh,
affix can change this verb into a noun.
yeah, so we're talking about the verb develop, and he says, or the text says, that
It
the
is
affix,
like could be.
huh?
Affix is like could be.
No.
No.
So so the text says that we're talking about the verb develop, okay? And they say that if you put an affix to the verb develop, it changes into a noun, a verb, an adjective. What's an affix? Look at the other examples.
Maybe change.
Yeah, well, it's
Like
actually part of the word.
it's like alter.
Yeah, but it's the part of the word that alter. You know prefix and suffix?
No.
Prefixes and suffixes, no?
No.
Okay, let me show you. I'm gonna open, yeah, I'm gonna open an Excel. I'm gonna share with you an Excel. Just forget about the numbers. I'm just gonna go down. There you go. So the base word is how do you develop? Yep. So the first part you understood that we can change the verb because of time, you don't change the meaning. But the other one, they say that you can put a affix. That can be a suffix, I think it's suffix like that, I'm not sure, and prefix. I think it's suffix with double F. I think it's like that. Well, the suffix and the prefix, both of them are called affixes. If you put it after, for example, ER, it is a person who does it, the developer. A prefix is, for example, under. So, underdeveloped. Yeah. And if you put both a prefix and a suffix, under, and ed. So, underdeveloped. So these words, the suffixes and the prefixes, those are called affixes. In Spanish, sufijos and prefijos.
Okay.
Yeah. So the two families are called affixes. Okay.
Okay. Sufijos and prefijos. Okay.
Okay. So like this.
But what is suffix?
Suffix. So the difference between prefix and suffix is the prefix goes before the word, and suffix goes after the word.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're basically the same. They're a part of the word that can change the meaning.
Okay.
Okay. So all those words like develop, developer, underdeveloped, they are part of the same word family. Okay.
Okay.
That's what they mean by derivational affixes. We're going to see more examples of this. Actually, let's see it right now. In your computer, in Google, you're going to try to find the same, a base word, and you're going to find prefixes and suffixes that can change that word. Give me another example, okay?
Okay.
There's a function to write. I don't know if you can you do it? Can you try writing?
I can't.
No, in the options?
Because you are sharing the...
Yeah, but there's an option for you to write.
Maybe... no.
Oh, let me see.
No, I don't have options here. You
Okay,
can
no
see.
problem. No problem, no problem. So look for Google and find a word and change the meaning of that word. Just one.
Okay. I don't know how to look for them. What's the name of that kind of word?
You can look for word family.
Okay.
Word family of play, for example.
Of play?
Play, the verb play.
Play. Okay. Oh, okay. Nothing.
Nothing.
I can find. But I know that some.
You know some. Okay, for example, which one?
From play is like player,
Mhm.
Playing
Uh-huh.
can be playable. I don't know.
Well, yeah, actually, yes. You can also add you can actually invent words. For example, playable. It is playable. You can play with it. It's playable.
Can be, yeah. Let me see um the examples to say. Where is the your? I can see your. Oh, it's here. Uh play. I don't know.
Well, but you did
Play.
understand what is playable,
Yeah,
and you did understand what is enough.
playable is like maybe it's some game that I like. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly that.
from my interest. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, now that you understood this part, let's continue with the second paragraph
Okay.
before you lose grip.
I have to start reading.
Yes, please.
The the key principle under underlying word families is that once a base word is known, its related, inflected, and derived forms can be understood with little or no difficulty, assuming the learner has a familiarity with common affix. Take the academic word list, for example. With a knowledge of morphology and the 570 word families, students gain immediate access to more than 3,000 academic words.
Okay, good. Pronunciation good, but what did you understand?
Let me read again because I was thinking pronunciation.
Okay.
I don't know what I understand. I don't understand well this paragraph, but what I understand is that there are some words that are start like same thing, like uh, it's easy for you to understand what is the word, and for example, secrets and secreto is like something that is similar to understand.
Okay.
And there are some words like 3,000 that are similar. I understand something like that, yeah. But I don't know if I'm wrong.
Well, you got it quite wrong this time. I'm going to re-explain, okay?
Okay.
Basically, this paragraph is saying that if you know how the word families work, I mean, if you know how to use prefixes and suffixes, it is easy for you to understand many things.
Okay. What I understand is now. If
Okay.
you know the first word like play,
Uh-huh.
playable, you are gonna understand because it's the derivative from the word. Okay,
Yes,
that is
exactly. Good job. But adding up to it, it's mentioning one very important thing that we are going to listen in a couple minutes. Well, the text says that if you know the academic word list, only the 570 words in the academic word list. It's a list of words that we have in the Moodle. Yep. If you only know the 570 words, you have access with prefixes and suffixes to 3,000 words, 3,000
Oh,
academic words.
interesting.
Yeah. And why is it interesting for you to know this academic word list and this how words work? Well, I'm not going to explain that. You will have to listen to a lecture. And after you listen to the lecture, I can explain. So if you go inside the Moodle, we have word families and academic word lists. In the
Okay.
end, before we do the academic word list, before we do the academic discussion here, you have this. It says GSL, AWL, and LFW. You are
Okay.
going to open this, and here you have a listening.
Okay.
I
Okay.
want you to open and listen to that. You're going to have 4 or 5 minutes to listen. We're going to speak about that.
Okay.
Okay, so please do. Concentrate a lot and please take notes.
Okay. Should I share my?
This time it's not necessary because,
Oh,
yeah,
I
sure,
already.
you're listening, so, but no problem. Yeah. Okay, please open that.
Oh, what happened? Sorry, that kind of format is not compatible with my
Oh,
computer.
oh, that's bad. Well,
Yeah, because it's WMA. MP4 is compatible with my computer.
that's so bad. That's so bad. Let me try something real fast, okay? Let's see if it works.
Can you send me that in maybe uh Facebook?
Okay, I can try Facebook or I can try the email. Do you want email or Facebook?
And Facebook better because I can maybe in the cell phone it is compatible.
Okay, I think the cell phone, yes, because I
Yeah, I think it's better.
have to transform those to MP3, definitely. Okay, so let me just find where are you? TOEFL, 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 TOEFL. Okay, and this one, number 4. Okay, so okay, it's uploading to your messenger.
Okay.
This listening is very, very interesting. It's actually very. The first time I listened to it, I was like, wow, this is really interesting, and you can learn a lot of things based on this.
No, this is not compatible with Facebook too. Come on, my friend.
Oh no.
Sharing the the screen.
Let me
I'm
see.
on my computer it is compatible.
Let me see if I can play, and you can listen because I had some problems in making someone listen from my computer. but let's try. Okay, so here are all the audios we're gonna have. That's a lot of listening we're gonna have.
Yeah.
Diagnostic listening test 2.
I can hear well. Yeah.
Yes, great. So please listen and take notes.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to a lecture in a Teaching English for Academic Purposes class. The professor is discussing vocabulary.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about vocabulary in the English for Academic Purposes classroom. So, how important is vocabulary? Well, as many students will tell you, their language difficulties in all 4 skills, including reading, writing, listening, and speaking, these difficulties have everything to do with their vocabulary knowledge, or should I say their lack of vocabulary knowledge. In fact, they will tell you that this is the single most important factor that holds them back, and research tends to back this up. Therefore, we know vocabulary is important, in fact, crucial to language development at the academic level. But is it a subject that needs to be taught, or can students learn it incidentally as native speakers do through reading or listening? Well, to begin with, students of English need a lot more support than native speakers. And while it is true that they will gain in their vocabulary knowledge through extensive reading materials that are fairly easy for them, these gains do not really add up to much unless, of course, the student reads a very, very large amount. Furthermore, research shows that intensive reading of shorter texts, let's say 300 to 500 words, along with a clear focus on vocabulary, is the most effective method. So, we need to teach vocabulary, but which words do we focus on and how many words do we teach? Let's start with the number of words in the English language. Now, depending on how you define a word, there's anywhere from 500,000 to over 1,000,000 words in the English language. Clearly, we cannot teach them all. So, do we then teach the 20,000 words that a typical native-speaking undergraduate student knows? The answer is that we simply do not have to go that far. Surprisingly, research on word frequency reveals that 80% of words in an academic text can be found in the first 2,000 words on the General Service List. Now, this is a list of the most frequently occurring words in the English language. And even more surprising is that 75% of the words in an academic text are in the first 1,000 most frequent words on this list. So what kinds of words are we talking about here? Function words like the, but, and to, and content words like develop, experience, and university. Most students of English for academic purposes will likely know a fair number of these. In any event, students should review the GSL to see if they need to learn any unknown words. So aside from the GSL, what other words, what other types of words do we teach? Well, there's a fairly large list of subtechnical vocabulary called the academic word list that covers roughly 10% of the words in an academic text. We are talking about words like analysis, assessment, policy, and theory. The academic word list consists of 570 word families that are frequently occurring words in the fields of commerce, science, law, and the arts. Basically, these words are common to almost every academic field. So a knowledge of this list is very important to the student of English for academic purposes. Why? Well, first, an understanding of AWL and GSL vocabulary will allow students to understand around 90% of the words in an academic text. Now, when proper nouns and technical vocabulary, specific to a student's major, are added to that, this brings students close to the critical 95% threshold level. And this 95% threshold level of vocabulary knowledge is what a student needs to gain a sufficient understanding of the material and successfully guess unknown words from context. A 95% coverage of words means that 1 out of every 20 is unknown. Around 1 unknown word every 2 lines or so. Now, if the vocabulary difficulty is any harder than that, students will not be able to guess unknown words from context. And this is because there are just too many unknown words and not enough available clues. So what about the remainder of the English language words, the remaining 5%? These are what are called low-frequency vocabulary. And English, with its vast word stock, has hundreds of thousands of low-frequency vocabulary. Words like fathom, minuscule, ploy, words that we just do not encounter that often. Therefore, teaching them would not be an efficient use of time. So how do we approach these words? Well, we need to give students strategies. And again, research provides us with the most appropriate course of action. We teach students techniques that allow them to determine the meaning from context. And we'll be looking at these in our next session.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
Salef, what do you understand?
what did I understand? I understood this. Where are my notes?
Really?
Where are yours?
Just this. It's not too much.
Okay, so let's see what you understood. Not me. And let's take out some conclusions. Maybe we will have to read it again, but first I want to understand everything you understood.
Okay, it's like, I don't know. I don't like when it's like, I don't know. Okay. What I understood is that she started with that there are a lot of word families that are common to use, like but, to, my, maybe, I is the no. First of all, she said that you can learn a lot of vocabulary reading or listening. And then she said that there are common words and no frequent words and no frequent. Frequent like but, to, or depends on the topic. Like if you are studying, you are gonna use like university, develop, or something like that. And no frequent that are words that you don't use in. It's not common to use. I don't know what words, but for example, if I talk something from medicine, something like it's not common for me, something like that. Yeah, it's what I understood.
Okay, so you understood the skeleton. That's good. But one very important thing when we're going to do the listenings in TOEFL that we have to practice a lot is to take notes. And when we take notes, the numbers are really important. There's a lot of data that you will get. In this
Okay.
case, I'm going to give you a summary. I'm not going to say everything. I'm going to give you a summary. If there's something you don't understand, you can ask me. But then you will have to listen again and take more notes. I want to see those numbers.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all,
I don't like numbers, like. Okay, but it's okay.
first of all, how many words exist in the English language?
1 million.
Yes, only 1 million.
Yes.
Okay, so to 1 million, yes, but she said from half a million to 1 million.
Okay.
Depending on how you see a word, okay?
Okay.
Good. Now, next question. If you don't know the answer, you're gonna answer it in the next one. How many words does a native, I think she said undergraduate student, no. How many words does a native undergraduate student know?
I don't know.
So there is a number of words
Okay.
that an undergraduate knows, and it's not 1 million, it's not 500,000, it's less than that. And in theory, if you know this amount of words, you can speak like a native undergraduate student. So that means a native university class student, someone who hasn't graduated yet, okay?
Okay.
Now, there are 3 types of words. The GSL is also called the General Service List, okay?
Okay.
What is the General Service List? It's basically a list of words that we have inside our Moodle that you can see. And this list of words will help you gain access to the most frequently used words in English the day by day, okay? It's a list of words. If you want to know what exactly is the General Service List, inside our Moodle, we have, let me open it. We don't have the
I
General.
have that list. I already printed.
You have it?
Yes. But it's 1 second. I was reading. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's East Wave. Actually, that's the academic word list you have in your hand. I don't know where the GSL is. Well, anyway, it's a list like this one that I will share with you very soon.
Please.
Yeah, but it's easy. Maybe you already know, I'm pretty sure you already know the meaning of all the words in the GSL. So,
Maybe. I don't know from this one.
yeah,
There are a lot of words that are new for me. I want to know. Yeah, I was.
you have to.
Yeah,
So,
I say I know this. I don't know this. Yeah. Okay.
so if you know 2,000 words, if you know the 2,000 first words of the General Service List, you get access to how much percent of English? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
You're gonna answer the question the second time you listen. Understand the question?
Okay. Yes, I understand.
Great. if you know 1,000 words of the general service list, you have access to how much percent of English? You're going to answer that. So this is the first type of word, of list actually. The second type is the AWL, or also the academic word list. The academic word list is the words you have in the paper right there.
Okay.
Okay? So these words, how many words do they have? Do we have?
963.
963. But if you only know the 571st words, you have access to a percentage of English, especially academic English, okay? And also, as the text says that we read, if you know the 570 words, with affixes, you have access to 3,000 words, okay? So you can expand your knowledge with the affixes. And then we're gonna have 15% of words that are called the low frequency words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those low frequency words, how many words?
A lot of information.
Exist. Okay? So if you know this, if you answer these questions, you will understand the lecture way more. So, how many words are in English? You already know. How many words does a native undergraduate know? Answer the question when you listen again.
Okay.
General service list. Yeah, how many words? How many words are the most frequently used? Basically this. 2,000 words, how much percent? 1,000 words, how much percent? And AWL, 570 words, how much percent of knowledge do you have? And the 5% of low frequency words, how many exist? And one more thing, what is the best way to learn, to know the meaning? And what is the best way to know the meaning of those low frequency words? Ready?
Ready.
Okay, I'm gonna open the Excel again so you can watch again.
Diagnostic listening, test 2.
Listen.
Listen to a lecture in a Teaching English for Academic Purposes class. The professor is discussing vocabulary.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about vocabulary in the English for Academic Purposes classroom. So, how important is vocabulary? Well, as many students will tell you, their language difficulties in all 4 skills, including reading, writing, listening, and speaking. These difficulties have everything to do with their vocabulary knowledge, or should I say their lack of vocabulary knowledge. In fact, they will tell you that this is the single most important factor that holds them back, and research tends to back this up. Therefore, we know vocabulary is important, in fact, crucial to language development at the academic level. But is it a subject that needs to be taught, or can students learn it incidentally as native speakers do through reading or listening? Well, to begin with, students of English need a lot more support than native speakers. And while it is true that they will gain in their vocabulary knowledge through extensive reading materials that are fairly easy for them, these gains do not really add up to much unless, of course, the student reads a very, very large amount. Furthermore, research shows that intensive reading of shorter texts, let's say 300 to 500 words, along with a clear focus on vocabulary, is the most effective method. So, we need to teach vocabulary, but which words do we focus on and how many words do we teach? Let's start with the number of words in the English language. Now, depending on how you define a word, there's anywhere from 500,000 to over 1,000,000 words in the English language. Clearly, we cannot teach them all. So, do we then teach the 20,000 words that a typical native-speaking undergraduate student knows? The answer is that we simply do not have to go that far. Surprisingly, research on word frequency reveals that 80% of words in an academic text can be found in the first 2,000 words on the General Service List. Now, this is a list of the most frequently occurring words in the English language. And even more surprising is that 75% of the words in an academic text are in the first 1,000 most frequent words on this list. So what kinds of words are we talking about here? Function words like the, but, and to, and content words like develop, experience, and university. Most students of English for academic purposes will likely know a fair number of these. In any event, students should review the GSL to see if they need to learn any unknown words. So aside from the GSL, what other words, what other types of words do we teach? Well, there's a fairly large list of subtechnical vocabulary called the academic word list that covers roughly 10% of the words in an academic text. We are talking about words like analysis, assessment, policy, and theory. The academic word list consists of 570 word families that are frequently occurring words in the fields of commerce, science, law, and the arts. Basically, these words are common to almost every academic field. So a knowledge of this list is very important to the student of English for academic purposes. Why? Well, first, an understanding of AWL and GSL vocabulary will allow students to understand around 90% of the words in an academic text. Now, when proper nouns and technical vocabulary, specific to a student's major, are added to that, this brings students close to the critical 95% threshold level. And this 95% threshold level of vocabulary knowledge is what a student needs to gain a sufficient understanding of the material and successfully guess unknown words from context. A 95% coverage of words means that 1 out of every 20 is unknown. Around 1 unknown word every 2 lines or so. Now, if the vocabulary difficulty is any harder than that, students will not be able to guess unknown words from context. And this is because there are just too many unknown words and not enough available clues. So what about the remainder of the English language words, the remaining 5%? These are what are called low-frequency vocabulary. And English, with its vast word stock, has hundreds of thousands of low-frequency vocabulary. Words like fathom, minuscule, ploy, words that we just do not encounter that often. Therefore, teaching them would not be an efficient use of time. So how do we approach these words? Well, we need to give students strategies. And again, research provides us with the most appropriate course of action. We teach students techniques that allow them to determine the meaning from context. And we'll be looking at these in our next session.
Okay. Are you ready to answer the questions?
I didn't find the answer.
No.
How many words a native undergraduate student know? Two, 200,
No, it's more.
but it's not 200. 200. No, it's late. I forget how to say the number. 200,000. How is?
This is
Yes.
200,000.
Huh?
This is number 200,000.
200,000. I was thinking if I say 1,000, but I was not sure. Okay. 200,000 is what I hear. Is correct?
No, there's 1 0 less. It's only 20,000.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, for example, the people that you skate with, not all of them, but typically most of them will be undergraduate students. So to communicate with them, and not with no colloquial expression of things, 20,000 words is enough. 20,000 words is the amount of words they know, in average. Okay, so the first list of words is the general service list.
Yeah.
So what is the general service list?
Is the words that are used in the daily day, something like that?
Yes, they're the most frequently used words in the day by day.
Yes.
If you know 2,000 words of the general service list, in how much percent of English do you know? Academic.
80%?
Very good. So imagine only 2,000 words, not 20,000, but 2,000 words, and 80% you can understand.
Yeah.
And if you know 1,000 words?
75, I hear.
Yes, very good, 75%. So it's like exponential. 1,000, 75%. 2,000, 80%. Yeah. So 1,000 words is not so much. And actually the words in the general service list,
What?
The words in the general service list are very, very easy. How many words do you think you know?
Maybe 1,000.
I think you know more. I think you know more than 2,000.
Really?
Yeah, of the general service list, not the academic. The words in the general service list are like the, one, play. Those
Yeah, maybe 3,000.
But the academic word list, there are 570 words. How much percent of English does that add up to?
10%?
10%. Yep. 10% not of just English, but academic English. We're talking about academic texts. We're talking about academic lectures like this one right here.
Okay.
So that 10% of words are the words you have in your papers right there.
It's like very formal English?
Yeah, it's like the English that is used in the professional area.
Okay.
Yeah, but not exactly in one profession. For example, in civil engineering, it's not like static forces, no? But yes, as a professional speaking, like develop, misunderstand, and stuff like that, you know? These academic words that you sound professional.
Okay. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, but the 5%, the low frequency words, only 5%. How many words do we have there?
I didn't hear that. Yeah.
I'm going to give the answer. She said, sorry, more than hundreds. Well, she said hundreds of thousands. More than like hundreds of thousands, that means more than 200,000 words. So there are a lot of low frequency words. It's incredible how many low frequency words. Huh?
It's a lot.
Yeah. So, do we have to study these words?
I don't think so.
No, it's only 5%. You don't actually have to study these words. What do we have to do?
The best way, she said that in the next she's gonna teach next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the best way
She said
is
something.
like learning with topics from your interest. Yeah, you
Okay.
can.
But she did say, see this little thing? She said you have to guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But not only guess, she calls it an, well, the name is academic guess.
Okay.
Yeah, the academic guess is what you did in the reading. Remember, you didn't understand whereas, and I said, okay, tell me what's the meaning of whereas, and you saw the context, and you were like, oh, is it like la 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 la?
Yeah.
That is an academic guess.
Oh, okay.
So if you have knowledge of a fair amount of words, it is easy for you to guess that word. You don't actually have to know. And the low frequency words is very common in the news.
In the what?
News.
Oh, news. Okay.
Yeah. So it's very, very common they use low frequency words. I don't know why they use so many low frequency words. Yeah, it's like a huge amount of low. Why do you think they use low frequency words?
Why you think?
Why do you think they use low frequency words in the news?
Maybe to sound interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. So, well, if you hear the news a lot, you will find a lot of words that are
Like
interesting.
curfew.
Like curfew, exactly that. Exact one. Okay, great. Now that you understood, did you understand the text and the listening?
I think so. Yeah.
So,
I understand like almost all, but I'm not good like saying like for resume or something like that. I'm not good even in Spanish. It's like
okay, we have to practice this because not now, but in a couple of weeks, we are going to see how to do a writing, but a contrast writing. So contrast writings are very important because you have to actually write not your ideas, but the ideas based on a reading, a small reading, and a small listening or a small part of a lecture. So you read, you take the most important ideas, you listen, you take the most important ideas, and then you write contrasting both things. So one says yes, the other one says no, why? One says yes, the other one says no, why? And you start contrasting the ideas. So it's very important for you to take notes, okay? Practice how to take notes. Okay, so now that we read, now that we listened, now that we have watched the video, we're entering the world of the academic discussion. Look. So here in the academic discussion, we have 4 questions. Okay. Oh, you answered the 4 questions.
I did one like because there is answer one. Because I don't. I thought that is my homework, and I did just. Like,
no, your homework was to because I saw you were missing the homework.
oh, I thought is that the homework, and I said
this was your homework.
okay. I want to do that. Okay, can I do?
You're going to do it.
Okay, I want to take a picture. Like what is? And I was doing yesterday, but here is 2 hours less. So was late in Ecuador, and I said, no, for sure, Salef is sleeping. And I did something just to be in practice or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, no worries, no worries. For the next class, you can do the rest of the listening, the rest of the speakings. All right.
Yeah, it's for that why I saw the video and I did that.
That's good. That's good. It's really, really good, actually.
Yeah. Just I try to do something like to improve my English. Yeah.
I'm glad you did. I'm gonna see what answer you made, and then let's answer the rest of the.
Just I did one opinion from me, like something because I know that I have to read something or something like that.
Okay, I'm glad you do. Good student. Can you please read what you wrote?
In my opinion, in my point of view, I have two methods that I can study the academic word list vocabulary. One is repeating the words, and the second is speaking aloud. For example, one method that I use for studying English is repeating the word that I don't understand at least five times. It has to be writing in a notebook, and if I don't understand, I have to repeat 5 more times until to know the meaning of in my mind. The next method is speaking aloud to record in my mind the new words. It is more easy, oh no, it is easier for me
Okay, very good.
to memorize the word in my mind when I speak aloud. In conclusion, reading aloud and writing sometimes one word are good methods for me to study or learn new vocabulary.
Okay, and 130 words. Good job. I like what you wrote. Just these little things, okay? This one.
Okay. How is the right
How do you think?
with Y?
Yes, with Y and 1D. Okay? Studying.
Okay.
This one. Repeat 5 more times until to know the meaning. To know. We actually say here until knowing the meaning or until I know the meaning.
Okay.
Yeah, after until we start the sentence from the beginning.
Okay.
This one you corrected yourself, it's easier, so good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I really like that answer. Very complete, 130 words. Very, very nice. So let's
Yeah,
go.
I read that it's 80 baht or more. And I said, okay.
Good, actually very good. No big mistakes there, so that's great. So that's what are some ways you can study academic worthy. So let's go to question 1, 2, and 3. In this moment, you are going to, so we can make it faster, you are going to answer 2 questions in speaking and 1 question in writing here in the at discussion topic. So you can select whatever you want, but 2 have to be in speaking, 1 has to be in writing. Are you ready?
Yes.
So please share the screen with me. You can do it in whatever order you want to do.
Yeah. It's purple. Here, right?
Academic discussion.
I need discussion topic. Okay. I have to answer the 1, 2, 3.
Yes, 1, 2, 3. 2 speaking, 1 writing.
Okay.
Silence mine, just
Which one is speaking? Oh, I have to choose.
whatever you want to do. It's your
Do you A vocabulary notebook or a box of vocabulary cards. Which study methods work best for you? Uh, okay, first one. I have a notebook. Uh, Writing many times for me is like I can. Is the best way to study new words. For example, if I repeat one word 5 times, it's like easy for me to remember. I have one proof, like in one page more, I have to write in English, and I start writing in Spanish to remember the word. And I said, okay, I know the meaning. And after 2 days or 3 days, I um, I try again. So if I don't know, I have to repeat again. I don't know how I create that method, but it works for me.
That's a very interesting method.
Yeah, always. I have a lot of pages like writing in English uh, 5 times, one word, like a child.
Wow.
Yeah. And when I was studying in the university, when I hear my voice, it's like easy for me to understand. But when I read like without speaking, it's like it's not too much concentration for me. I don't know why. And when sometimes I work to the university in the bus, and when I have some exposition, when I had some exposition or something like that, I was reading my exposition in loud voice. Yeah, like uh, advertising is but people is around me. Say, hey, what happened or something like that. But I don't care.
Interesting. Very interesting. I actually do the same thing, talking aloud. So I'm like driving. I'm like, and I have to la 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 la. And people are looking at me like, what am I doing? Yeah, it helps
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
Um,
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Just what little thing I want you to keep in mind when you say is like. Just remember to pronounce the T. It's like. It's like la la la. It's like.
it, okay.
Yeah. So you can repeat that 5 times.
It's like, it's like, it's like. Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to touch another topic. But this topic is further down. We're going to see it in the future. It's called multiple intelligence theory. And the multiple intelligence theory I like very much. And they say that, or maybe you know that we have a lot of types of intelligence. Okay, intelligences. Uh, the interesting thing about this is that three types of intelligences are the strongest ones we have, and the other ones, the other six, they're not as strong as the three principal ones we have. So from what I am looking, from what you're saying, I think you have like this tacit and like you have to do the things to actually understand them better. I don't know. Probably it's that. But when we get to that topic, you can evaluate yourself way better.
Okay.
Anyway, if you want, I can send you the reading so you can just do it so you can have as personal information. And when we get
Oh,
to the topic,
I
you'll
would like.
get better.
Okay.
Okay, that's good for question number one. Let's go to the second question: listening or writing.
According to the reading, ways and knowledge of work families important. Okay, do you compare? Let me read the both. Okay.
Okay.
Do you incorporate work family? Okay. Okay. According to the reading, why is a knowledge of work family is important? Um, For me, in my opinion, this is important because if you learn like you in my mind is like I have to learn 1 million of words to be a good speaker, but with that information is like it's more like uh, in I can reach this is for sure in it's not too much words so and it's important because that encouraged me like uh, and I think I'm close to my goal to that I have so that is for that is important for me yeah
Hey, very good. Just a one little mistake, grammar mistake. Too many words. There are not too many words.
okay
Yep,
what mistake too many words
too many, too many words. Not too many words. Okay,
how I say
no, you said there are not too much words.
okay too many words okay
Great. You just made me remember something, but I lost it on the way. Anyway, now let me just check this real fast. Mirror universe, Darwin, agree or disagree, nanotechnology, cultural intelligence, multiple intelligence. Okay, so now question number 3.
I have to write right
You have to write.
okay link for um subject and my name.
Yeah, you can put your name and question 3.
I'm sharing or no? Do you want to share?
You are sharing, I'm seeing.
Okay. How many? What time I had?
You have 7 minutes. If 320, 150, maybe roughly like 110, more than 110. That's your
Okay.
objective.
The girl were finally voice and you could I? Yes. Why? Why? Hmm. I don't know how to start. What happened if I start just with yes? I incorporate because it's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
however you want to start.
Yes, where is okay? How do you spell increase? Okay, later.
Yeah, okay.
Increase. No. Okay. My Okay.
Okay, great. You almost took a little more of time. So, recommendations. First, you were not doing it before, but you did it this time. That's why I want to take it in mind. When you give the TOEFL test, don't use contractions, okay?
Okay.
So you're gonna start using things like do not.
Okay. And like gonna and going to.
Yeah, no gonna, no going to, no that. Yeah,
Oh no, I do not.
yeah, that's a typical mistake. I usually do it some from time to time. Have time to read 5 times in one.
Do not.
Yeah, the gonna.
Yeah, the going to. Okay.
Very good. Have a little.
I don't know how to lay.
Li.
You know,
Little. Yeah, there you go. Not off. You have to raise off. Little time. Yeah. How English classes. In English, English is with capital letter.
I know that just is for.
Great. In conclusion,
Is
it
good.
is good. Very good. New words to my vocabulary to increase and improve my English. Very good. Perfecto. So you can post that. And don't forget those recommendations. And for the next class, I will send you. I can send you. I'm going to send you right now to your messenger 2 photos of typical affixes and prefixes. It's in your messenger now. You can look on that. It's very useful. And please complete the homework. So that's going to be the listening, the reading, actually the speaking we have. And that's going to be all for today. Next class, we're going to speak a little bit about, let me see, our next topic. We're going to speak a little bit about the walking marriage. It's just something cultural in China, okay?
Okay, what is the homework for Wednesday?
Homework for Wednesday is doing the speakings you didn't do.
Okay.
Because you confused the homework, so.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Okay. So I'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay, thank you so much, Salef. I appreciate a lot. Thank you for your time and see you on Wednesday.
Sure. I'm glad. You're a good student.
I'm glad because I think I'm learning more.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I'm happy. Thank you.
Okay, Andres. See you. We may play skate very soon.
Bye.
Bye.